face Mureithi. Let's kick off. Over 1.1 million grade 10 pioneering learners have reported to school today across the country, marking a significant step towards the realization of the competency-based education. A section of parents have, however, faulted the Ministry of Education for failing to give them enough time to prepare, as the last review window was just closed on Friday last week. And as Sami Adika reports, top senior school administrators say they are still witnessing a surge of parents seeking grade 10 placements. Numbers, they say, do not match their available slots.
The journey towards the realization of the academic dreams of over 1.1 million students joining senior schools across the country kicked off in earnest Monday morning. At Moi Girls, Nairobi, hundreds of parents streamed in with their girls ready to kick-start their senior school journey.
My dream school was Moi Girls School, Nairobi, and I was so happy to hear that I was called in this school.
I'm very happy to be in this school. It's amazing.
Despite the smiles on their faces,
joining this school,
Eugene Ogola, a resident of Homa Bay County, says it was not easy to land on the opportunity as he was forced to review the school selection.
Parents are not understanding is, for example, the pathway selection. Maybe a child was better in mathematics and others, but she's chosen to arts and social sciences because of the exam that she did. You can pass maybe those arts courses, but you are not interested in those. But you failed in the STEM, so you are placed in these social sciences. So now that's the challenge, that we need a public participation so that parents understand all these criteria and the interest of the child.
As the Ministry of Education say, digitizing the selection system is the way to go. A section of parents still insist on the need to streamline the system to allow more than a single school option and adjust the reporting dates for proper planning.
Not really bad, but the ministry could do better by allowing the reviews to be done on time, and then the admission process also the timelines for the admission to be extended, so that since, for example, the last review for this was last week. The last review, so they find that a parent is getting the child's placement last week. He has to report on Monday, so the period is very short. So during this time, the government should give enough time for parents to prepare.
Despite the revision window having provided an opportunity for several students to change to their desired schools, many were still forced to visit respective schools in person in search for slots.
Government placed 414. And because of the parent need request, we are expecting around 600 students. Yes, but we have capacity of 700.
With several schools within the city having confirmed their readiness to handle the numbers, significant challenges still loom over the ambitious transition, including teachers' shortage and infrastructure facilities, especially in schools within the marginalized regions. For Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Much appreciated, Sami Adika. Now, about 200 students have already been admitted at Nanyuki High School in Laikipia County, with a total of 700 learners expected to join the national school by Friday as the pioneer class under the competency-based education curriculum. Deputy Principal Gitonga Kingori says most students selected the STEM pathway, but the school has established a career guidance desk to help learners choose pathways based on personal interest and performance in the Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment.
We are receiving the first cohort of grade 10 learners. So far we have received about 200 who have already been admitted. And we expect to go up to around 700. Again, tomorrow we still expect another number. Again, a good number to come, and even in the course of the day. By the end of the week, that's when we expect now to have reached our target. And here at Nanyuki High School, we are offering the three pathways. And going by the statistics, what we've noted is that the pure sciences is that pathway. That one is very popular. It has a majority of the learners. Though even the others, we will still take care because we also have a desk whereby before they even select, we have a desk that comprises members of the career department. They are now guiding the learners based on their interests so that we can also help them make wise decisions.
The process has been smooth. Tumefanya vizuri kabisa. Amechukua social sciences because he want to be a lawyer after this. Kwa hivyo tumefurahi sana na Nyuki High is the best school. We saw the performance and we are so much grateful.
My son has taken the STEM pathway, applied science to be precise. And I'm very happy because the senior boys here welcomed us right from the gate. They've taken care of us, all the process from guiding us to buying the uniform, labeling of the uniforms, carrying our luggages. It's a very, very disciplined boys around.
Still on matters grade 10 transition, most schools in Kisii County say they are fully prepared to receive grade 10 learners with adequate facilities and personnel in place to ensure a smooth transition. At Moi Gesusu High School, the administration has assured parents and learners that the institution is ready for the new intake. Speaking on the school's preparedness, Principal James Mumanyi confirmed that there is sufficient accommodation, noting that the dormitories are well equipped and can comfortably house the incoming learners.
I would like to inform the public that at Moi Gesusu High School, we are fully prepared to receive the grade 10 learners who will start reporting to schools on 12th of January this month, that is from Monday. In terms of facilities, we are fully prepared. We have enough accommodation, the dormitories are enough. We have prepared them and we have equipped them with the necessary infrastructure, and therefore we will have no any problem as far as accommodation is concerned. In terms of classrooms, we have adequate classrooms which have been well equipped with lockers and chairs. They are well labeled, and we hope that the process of placing these learners in the school will be smooth. The government of Kenya through the Ministry of Education has given us, as we talk, 751 learners who will be placed in our institution.
Away from education matters to politics, the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, has announced that it will immediately begin preparations aimed at forming the government in 2027. In a statement issued following the party's Central Committee meeting held in Kilifi County, ODM noted that with the general election scheduled for next year, there is no room for delaying its political preparations. The meeting was chaired by the party leader, Senator Oburu Oginga, during which the committee resolved to initiate structured negotiations with other political parties as part of its strategy to build a strong coalition ahead of the upcoming polls.
General elections will be held next year, and resolved that the party cannot afford to wait to begin preparations. The committee directed that structured work commence immediately towards positioning ODM not only to contest next year's general elections, but to form the next government, including policy development, organizational readiness, coalition building, and candidate preparedness. Review of the progress of a 10-point agenda, especially compensation for victims of protests. The Central Committee resolved to continue the review of the implementation of the 10-point agenda, especially the unresolved matter of compensation for victims of public protests. Honorable Sosi, who is the deputy party leader, is in South Africa, and he has sent his apologies for being unable to attend. He tried to travel, but he was unable to. Honorable Sifuna also sent his apologies for this meeting. He missed his flight. And so both of them have the permission of the committee to be absent.
From politics to fires, preliminary investigations into the second fire incident that occurred on January 10th along Luthuli Avenue in Nairobi indicate that the first fire incident may have contributed to the outbreak of the second one. According to Nairobi County Director of Fire and Rescue Services, Amos Olali, electronic goods salvaged from the first fire that occurred on January 6th at Ramogi House were moved to the building that later caught fire on Tuesday, and these items may have been the source of the second blaze. Investigations are still ongoing as traders continue to assess their losses.
A state of uncertainty continues to prevail among traders along Luthuli Avenue in Nairobi, following two fire incidences that occurred in quick succession on January 6th and January 10th last week. The first fire broke out at Ramogi House, while the second occurred at Electronic House, both on Luthuli Avenue. There had been speculation that the fires may have been the result of a hidden scheme, especially since both buildings are owned by the same individual. However, Hope TV has established that these claims may be unfounded. According to Nairobi County Director of Fire and Rescue Services Amos Olali, preliminary investigations indicate that the first fire significantly contributed to the occurrence of the second incident.
The buildings are owned by one person. So during the first incident, the goods which were salvaged were transferred to the other building. So in that process, we suspect that the salvaged goods or materials would have reacted, see, because most of them were batteries and power banks, which are susceptible to heat and movement.
Regarding the first incident, Olali stated that metal welding activities that were ongoing inside the building may have sparked the fire. Affected traders are estimating heavy losses and are awaiting the conclusion of investigations before resuming their business operations.
Kama mfanyabiashara hapa, unapata kuna hizi lori unapata hapa zinatoanga mzigo zikipeleka kwa hizo manduka. Watu wengi walipata hasara kubwa sana, sababu unapata kila siku lori kama 10-15 hivi zinakuja hapa kutoa mzigo, na sasa wenye walikuwa na hizo store huko juu mizigo yao ilichomeka. Alafu hatuwezi fanya biashara kwa sasa, si mnaona, sababu nyumba imesema itafungwa, ndio DCI wafanye upelelezi wajue chenye kisababisha moto. Tena kama wafanya biashara hapo ndani tunaangamia, ndio lazima nyumba ifungwe na tujui upelelezi itakamilika lini.
Mimi kama mwanabiashara nimeumia, mimi personally. By the way, ilibidi mpaka niombee hawa watu usiku. Nikasema jamani, kitu ya kwanza, hii nyumba imechomeka, mwenyewe amebaki wapi? Na wale watu ambao wanafanya biashara, watu kama 800 kwa hiyo building, wataenda wapi?
Despite complaints about the delayed response time during the second fire, affected members of the public have been urged to report fire outbreaks immediately and as soon as they occur.
Because if you check, the first incident was reported by a policeman, and by the time a policeman receives a report, it goes through the process of communication. So that one generally tells you that there was lateness in informing our team, because by the time we reached there, our team found that fire was in fully developed stage, meaning it had taken some time, yes, for burning. The second incident, also the same, was reported by a neighbor. The traders who were affected never called or never informed the responders to do so. So there's that delay in informing the responders.
The building has since been declared a crime scene, and further investigations are underway to establish the exact cause of the fire. Reporting for Newswatch, my name is Jacob Ochiro.
Jacob, for that report, which takes us to our very first break on Newswatch tonight. We have more coming up, including the uproar in West Pokot over gold mining. Stay with us.
Hello there, my name is Beatrice Nudi, a host on Hope at Dawn with George Gishuru. Thank you so very much for your support and your loyal viewership. How is the signal in your area? We would love to know. Please do scan the QR code that you see on your screen so that we can know how to serve you better.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Gold mining activities in West Pokot County have once again sparked protests, with residents accusing cartels and brokers of exploiting mineral resources without proper public participation or transparency. The residents allege that dirty deals are taking place behind the scenes, with only a few individuals set to benefit at the expense of the wider community. Residents of West Pokot County have staged demonstrations in Kapenguria claiming that gold mining is being carried out without the involvement of all stakeholders. They have questioned how the county and local residents are expected to benefit from mineral royalties, saying the process appears designed to enrich a small group rather than serve public interest. Residents further accused some leaders of colluding with a single investor who is reportedly licensed to mine gold in the region. Led by Paul Ngolesia from the Pokot Elders Forum, residents say some individuals are allegedly using backdoor dealings to extract gold and other minerals.
Sai mambo ya brokers ivutiliwe mbali. Na pia county assembly. Hawa tumeweka hao chikumu ya kuongea kwa niaba yetu ya wananchi. Lakini tunasikia kuna maneno ambayo inaendeshwa nje ya hii ya county. Wajumbe wako kando ambayo ingetakana kwa entity moja.
The protesters challenged a section of leaders, including members of parliament, members of the county assembly, the area senator, and other county officials to come out clearly and explain their role in the mining process.
Tunataka tujue governor yeye ndio anaongea kama kuna kitu, kama kuna public participation ya kwenda, kuna investor anakuja weta anatoka nje ya Kenya ama from Kenya. We have to involve the present government, and then the present government wanaita sisi wananchi tufanye public participation.
Youth leader Nathan Kemoy and Alex Mitila have claimed that even the county governor has been sidelined by the licensed investor, adding that the gold mining operations lack transparency and are being driven by a few individuals acting with impunity.
Mumepeana license huko Nairobi, ndio. Is the West Pokot County boss aware of this? That's the question. Na kama governor anajua, mbona governor awe sidelines from this? Kwa sababu wanahusika ni vijana ya ofisi ya wajumbe.
Hatujahusishwa kwa chochote. Pesa ikitoka hatupati. Tunasikia imepita hii mkono hii, imepita mkono hii, hatujui. Ukipata mtu kwako kwa nyumba na hujamkaribisha utasikia aje? Sisi tunataka governor akue, ile siku utasikia umekuja, ita governor ndo mtu ya kwanza. Na nini, governor ni mtu mkarimu, ni mtu anaelewa kila kitu. Ita governor. Governor atupange kama vijana. tukuje pia sisi tushuhudie, tuone kweli county hii tumepata hii zawadi imekuja na tunasherehekea wote.
This development comes just months after the government halted large-scale illegal mining activities in more than 500 sites across the county. Residents are now calling on authorities to ensure transparency, accountability, and inclusive participation in all mining activities within the county.
Easy mining kama ni investor anakuja kama sisi tumesort, tunajua percentage yetu ya wananchi ni hii, ya county government ni hii tax.
For Newswatch, I'm Tess Njenga. Pokot to Laikipia County residents have faulted the national and county governments for failing, or rather, they have faulted the national and county governments for failing to initiate tangible plans to address recurrent water shortages despite the area's proximity to Mount Kenya, one of the country's major water towers. The residents are accusing the government of abandoning a 6 billion shillings mega dam project that was set to be constructed inside Mount Kenya forest in 2021 and which was to offer a permanent solution across the county. Affected residents are questioning why the country should sit back and watch thousands of waters going to waste during rainy seasons only to impose rationing when the dry season sets in.
Maji sana sana, wengine maji ya kunywa hayapatikani ama hata hayatoshi. Jua ikiwaka tu mwezi mmoja inakuwa ni rationing. Na hivi hali sisi tumekaa karibu na mlima Mount Kenya, mahali maji yote inatoka, mito inazombana, imepitia Laikipia mito mingi sana, na hakuna mahali tumefungia maji. So sisi ni wakati wa mvua, maji inakuja inabeba kila kitu, rotuba na kila kitu ikipeleka.
We are still working towards making sure that our people, nobody in this county should travel more than 2 kilometers to access clean drinking water. And I'm proud in the next probably 1 month, I'm happy and proud to announce that one of the greatest remarkable things that we'll have ever done to this Nanyuki. As we think about expanding this Nanyuki, as much as we look forward to creating conducive environment, there are facilities, there are facilities that we have to improve. There are social amenities that we must make sure that they are well done. And I'm happy to say that in the next 1 month or two, Bwana Speaker, is that this Nanyuki will never again for the next 20 years have anything called rationing of water.
Across our borders, Ugandans will head to the polls this Thursday in a tightly watched election that presents voters with a choice to either extend the rule of one of Africa's longest-serving leaders or to back a challenger promising sweeping change. President Yoweri Museveni, now aged 81, is seeking a 7th consecutive term, a move that could see him enter his 5th decade in power. Challenging him is pop star turned politician Bobi Wine, aged 43, who has positioned himself as the face of change, vowing major reforms in governance and economic management. The campaign period, which has come to an end today, has been marked by controversy, with opposition groups accusing security agencies of disrupting rallies, detaining activists, and restricting political activity. Veteran opposition leader Kizza Besigye, who previously challenged Museveni 4 times, is not on the ballot this time round. He remains in custody on treason charges following his arrest in 2024, charges he has strongly denied. Electoral officials in Benin have begun counting votes following municipal and legislative elections held yesterday. Polling stations closed at 5 p.m. local time, with observers reporting a peaceful and orderly voting process across the country. According to Benin's National Electoral Body, about 8 million voters were registered for the polls that came just a month after a failed coup attempt on December 7th, which authorities say was thwarted by loyalist forces with support from neighboring Nigeria. Analysts expect President Patrice Talon's ruling coalition, which currently holds 81 seats in parliament, to retain its majority. President Talon, who is serving his second and final term, is constitutionally barred from seeking re-election and has endorsed Finance Minister Ramold Wadagne as his preferred successor. To business, President William Ruto says he will not be intimidated by the opposition, pledging to fulfill his promises. Speaking while inspecting the Karatina Marigiti Modern Market in Nyeri County, he announced that the government is investing 21 billion shillings in Nyeri County for the construction of 8,000 affordable housing units, 20 modern markets and hostels to accommodate 7,200 students. He said the projects will create jobs for the youth, improve access to affordable housing, and boost business opportunities for local traders.
Tulikubaliana ya kwamba mama mboga, wafanyabiashara wetu wa mazao yetu ya mashambani wapate mahali ya kuuza biashara zao. Ndio mboga, ndizi, vitunguu, viazi isiharibike. Kwa hii soko tuko na mahali ya cold room, mahali ambayo tunaweza kuweka bidhaa ambazo ndio isiharibike. Kwa hii soko tuko na mahali ya kuuza chakula. Kwa hii soko tuko na mahali ya storage. Kwa hii soko tuko na mahali hata kina mama wale amepata mtoto anaweza kunyonyesha mtoto pale kando, alafu akuja aendelee na kufanya biashara yake. Maneno ya matibabu nimepanga iko SHA. Maneno ya elimu nimepanga walimu 1,100 nimeajiri. Maneno ya kilimo nimefukuza wakora wote nikapunguza gharama ya mbolea. Maneno ya kazi ya barabara inaendelea. Kila mtu atakuja hapa na track record yake.
And in sports, KCB RFC maintained their perfect start to the 2025-2026 season after thrashing hosts Nakuru RFC 43-19 in a Kenya Cup clash played at Nakuru Athletic Club. In the ESS fixture, KCB Cubs demolished KU Black Blood 71-10 in a match played at the KCB Sports Club Ruaraka. KCB RFC will return to action against Kenya Harlequins on January 17th before traveling to Kenyatta University for a clash against Black Blood.
I feel the game was a little bit so scrappy. We had the opportunity to put it we could put more scores, but I think the level of sharpness was a little bit down. Boys coming back from the holidays, the effects could be seen from the game, so it's a matter of just trying to push them to get them fitter, for game ready, and to be able to just get where they were before we went for the holidays. So the effect was seen today. I think we'll just get better by every game as we play, so we'll keep on pushing, getting ourselves better. We've done the work, we've got our bonus points, so we'll just keep on building as we continue playing.
Ugandan international Samuel Senyonjo struck a sensational hat-trick as AFC Leopards brushed aside Tusker to scale the summit of the Kenya Premier League in an entertaining encounter played at the Nyayo National Stadium on Sunday. Tusker failed to withstand Leopards' attacking onslaught, with Ronald Sichenje adding a fourth to seal a dominant victory for the 12-time champions. The win takes Leopards to 30 points, 3 clear of arch rivals Gor Mahia, who were held to a barren draw by Shabana at the Gusii Stadium.
Samuel Senyonjo!
Manchester United midfielder Michael Carrick is on the verge of returning to Old Trafford as caretaker of the as caretaker head coach until the end of the season. Reports suggest Carrick has edged out former teammates Ole Gunnar for the role left vacant following the sacking of Ruben Amorim. United were recently dumped out of the FA Cup after a 2-1 defeat to Brighton and Hove in the third round, handing interim boss Darren Fletcher his first loss in charge. With that, it is indeed a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team that has made this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night.